Hey everybody, Dr. Myers, Dr. Derm, coming to you from our new building. Holy mackerel. Hey, so what are we talking about today? Eczema, atopic dermatitis. I'm passionate about this. All my kids have this. I had this when I was as a kid, and it is a pretty omnipresent thing. Like, so many people either have eczema, have kids that have eczema, had eczema, are going to have eczema, or know someone about it. So what's the big deal with eczema? Eczema is known as the itch that rashes. Sometimes it is so itchy in certain areas that you'll scratch until a rash appears. Whereas common areas, the crooks of the elbows, behind the knees, you can get the neck, you can get the eyelids, you can get full body if it's very severe eczema. And in little babies, it's actually can be more on the extensive areas, where in anybody toddler and up, it usually becomes in flexor areas. So that's kind of a distinction from psoriasis. If we were to generically say where you're going to get psoriasis, extensors, eczema, flexors, areas behind. And that's a great kind of rule of thumb to remember. Plus, they look a little bit different. You know, they have different characteristics. Psoriasis is a little bit more thickened skin, while eczema is a little bit more compromised skin. So what do we need to do for eczema? We need to help repair the barrier, and we need to decrease inflammation and itch. And so we do this kind of in two ways. We can get some healing creams, and we can also get any type of topical treatment that decreases this inflammatory cascade that's happening in the body. So if it's just steroids, so what is often is people come in and they're on a steroid from another provider, which is good, not great, but it's good because, not because of the steroid, but how they're using it. So they're just putting the steroid on, and then they have to stop because the instructions say stop, don't use for longer than 2 weeks or can thin the skin, and then it bounces back. And so they're like, what else do we have? One of my favorite treatments, if I were to put number one of the list, is a combo cream where I use some cream, say CeraVe or Cetaphil or Aveeno or any of these creams, and I'll mix in a cortisone solution. So like a strong steroid. So now you've diluted this and you get the awesome healing power. That's what it looks like right there. Awesome healing power here in my fingers with this decrease of itch, inflammation, redness, and rash using this steroid, which I'm shaking that. You see that? That was the steroid. I have a lot of people do this. I've been using this for a dozen years, and Dr. Zerweiss had this great idea. He published it, and I've adopted it, and it's brilliant. So I give that to a lot of patients. It's probably number one on my list. It's the best thing if we just need a one-stop shop. Of course, there's a lot of other things. Moisturizer after showers. Absolutely trap that water in after you've soaked it in. If you're in a bath, you're in it for a shower. If you're swimming, you're a hot tub. You want to decrease the desiccation that happens after those. Those people who are in and out of water, by the way, they come in and they're like, oh my gosh, my eczema is flaring, it must be the chlorine. It's actually not as much the chlorine, it's the in and out of water. That wet-dry cycle over and over desiccates the skin, it dries you up. Chlorine actually can kill a little bit of the bacteria, which can amp up the eczema, and so isn't typically the worst offender in water. A little trick I use with my kiddos when they go to bed is I used to just get like Aquaphor or Vaseline, kind of the sticky stuff, and I'd throw that on at night. I love it at night because if they're gonna get all sticky with an ointment, let it be and let them bathe in it overnight so you're not walking around like a sticky monster. That's my little trick, is using the ointments at night. Other things, now we're in this new age where we have good non-steroidal topical treatments. So we have good topical treatments for eczema. Non-steroid mean you don't have the side effects. You're not gonna have the potency. So these non-steroidals are not as strong as a steroid, but they're safer. One of the first non-steroidal eczema treatments was tacrolimus, which is Protopic, or Elidel, which is pimecrolimus. And then we had Eucrisa, which is crisaborole, and then we've recently had Opzelura, which is ruxolitinib, and then we had Zareb, which is roflumilast, and then we had Vitama, which is tapinarof, and now there's a brand new one that's approved for dyshidrotic eczema, which is eczema on the hands. So there's just amazing things out there these days. There's systemic medicines that can help tremendously, super expensive, but amazing for those who have severe eczema. There is Rinvoq, there is Sabinco, there is Dupiximab, there is Adbry, There is nemolizumab, Nemo, and then there's some newer ones like Nemluvio and even Ebglyss. So all these are pretty amazing medicines that decrease your immune system in a little bit more targeted ways and can help with more severe eczema. What are my other little tricks for treating eczema? I love swimming pools or swimming pool baths. You can make this by taking a dilute bleach in a bathtub, like less concentrated in the swimming pool, and then having somebody sit in it. This can kill the bacteria. These bacteria, the staph, the strep, this gets in through this porous skin is what I kind of think of as this non-intact skin, this compromised skin, and it supercharges the immune system unless you get more rash. I also love a topical spray of hypochlorous acid. This is what I call a swimming pool in a bottle, because basically this decreases itch and it's antimicrobial. So this is brilliant, can help a lot of patients who are flaring on eczema because of this staph and strep on the body. Some people have asked, hey, does hard water, does changing that help? And really change it to soft water. If you look at the evidence, it doesn't make a difference. Another little trick, eyelid dermatitis. I've tried all these treatments, all the non-steroidal stuff. My very favorite is hydrocortisone ointment on the eyelids while it's active, and then when it's better, go to a regular ointment, such as Aquaphor or whatever. That's a cool little trick. It doesn't cost very much and marvelous for upper eyelid eczema. Wet wraps. So back in the day, and they probably still do this at the Mayo Clinic, they'll basically take an eczema patient and they would wrap these kids in this gauze and they would kind of soak them in this water cream mixture. And these wet wraps would do miraculous stuff. Back in the day also, we used to do light therapy. So we basically had these narrowband UVBs, which is a specific wavelength, and this could treat eczema. This has largely been replaced by these systemic biologics or JAK inhibitors just because of how effective they are. Another thing that I do absolutely, and it's a classic thing, is if for once or twice a year, if you need help getting out of your eczema, using a Kenalog shot, which is basically steroid, can give people incredible relief until basically these topicals can kick in. That's something that we use a lot. Safe if only used, once or twice a year. Not safe if you have to do it multiple times. That or oral steroids. Long term are not safe. Short term can be amazing how much they can clear eczema. So that's an oldie, but absolutely a goodie. And it costs basically $50 instead of something that's $70,000 a year. So that's my summary of eczema or atopic dermatitis. Love treating it. You go from someone who just can't sleep to, clearing the skin, controlling the skin, not being rashy, not being itchy is so huge for the patient. And, I love treating it. So hope that helps. Go see your dermatologist if you have any questions. They can help you out.